I welcome you all here tonight. And a very special welcome to our guests of honour, Ciss and Sheila. I would also like to welcome Michael Griffin, overseer of One Post, who is here tonight representing One Post, and his good wife, Anne. Welcome. We are here tonight to pay a tribute, to say a very special thank you to Ciss, who has retired after over 40 years of devoted service to the people of this community. We can recall some of the things that Ciss has done for the young and not so young of our colony. Ciss was always a stalwart in the community in our colony. She was always ready to help and always took her part in the community. We remember, as Rita Kennedy has reminded us, of the First Communion classes. Always Ciss took the First Communion classes in after Mass and stood to them all. That's down through the years. We thank you very much for that, Ciss. And then there was the community centre. Years ago, I suppose, I remember it in the early 50s when we started the hall in our colony. Things were rather crude in them times. There was no electricity or anything like that. We had plays and we had concerts, we had socials and all the rest of it. And you know, I think it's a fact that often Ciss hadn't a chair to sit on for her breakfast because everything belonged to her was in the hall. And you know, we'd run out of things, maybe in the middle of the night, sugar or tea, we'd always go down to Ciss. There's got to be a kind of a phrase, go down to Ciss. So, you know, we had many presentations throughout the years in our colony, but I can safely say that this has been the easiest presentation. Everywhere we went, we were accepted with open arms. People wanted to say thank you to Ciss. It shows the esteem in which this is held. Everybody turned out and said, yes, of course, we want to thank Ciss. We want to honour Ciss. And sure, I think this is a tribute to Ciss that is the crowd here tonight. We would also like to say thanks to Sheila. Sheila has done Trojan work in our county as well and has been a great help to everybody and very nice to everybody into the shop. So we say a big thank you to Sheila. We are very pleased that the post office in our county still remains in the Heffernan name. And I would like to take this opportunity of wishing Maureen and Kevin all the prosperity in the future. Yeah. Right. Ciss, may I, on behalf of everyone here, wish you, thank you very sincerely for all you've done for this community, and wish you many years of health and happiness in your retirement. Yeah. I now would like to call on Canon White to say the words, please.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a sign of old age when I see a person with a script. Normally I don't bother with it, but in a case like this, I think I have to. This get-together, this function tonight, is to say thank you, Ciss, for 42 years of faithful service in the post office. Not only I went in to examine this a little bit more detail, not only 42 years, but for a number of years before that, you were the sub-postmistress here. For well, over 80 years now, the post office here has been in the Heffernan family. The first was Con Heffernan, came here in 1915. That'd be Ciss's father and his mother and his wife, Ciss's mother, Julia. They continued the great work in the post office until about 1950. When they died, Ciss took over, and after a while, good few years, good number of years, Sheila was there to assist her. They have given faithful service, not only in the post office, but in the little shop that Ciss opened. I have been told by many, the shop was small, but yet you could get everything you wanted. And on many occasions, people might come, they mightn't have the money to pay for it, yet they got it. And that is something that I think everyone should be thankful to Ciss. Her generosity, her understanding of people and families, and she never said a word about it ever afterwards. Thank you for that, Ciss. Before the Heffernans started here, there was a school teacher and his wife, Mike Smith. Mike Smith and his wife had the post office for a number of years. Mike was a man, God rest him, he was a little fond of the booze now and again. And some smart aleck around this place wrote a little ditty about him. You'd like to hear it. Dublin on the Liffey, Cork on the Lee, Limerick on the Shannon, and Mike Smith on the Spree. That was the ditty, and I understand that it summed the story up. Now tonight I think of some of the people that would like to be here tonight. And one I'm sure would be Danny Miller. He was a faithful friend and a neighbour all his life. The other two, there are many, but I just mentioned other two. They often spoke about Ciss and the stories, and the yarns, and the devilment that took place in the house. And that would be Francie Darcy and Jim Darcy, God rest them. And now there's one generation of the Heffernans have passed on. We're delighted to have Kevin and Maureen taken over in their stead. And we wish them many years of success and happiness in the place. You know, it couldn't happen to two nicer people than Kevin and Maureen. Delighted to see my friend, Michael Griffin, and his wife Anne here tonight. I'm sure there are other post office officials as well. They are all very, very welcome to this renowned place of our crony. That's really all I have to say. To apologise for Father Burke. He had intended being here, but today, unknown to him almost, his sister and her husband from America arrived, and he just couldn't walk out and leave them there. He said to apologise on his behalf. So that I do. Again, Ciss, thanks for everything you have done for the people of our crony. Thanks to Sheila, and long life and happiness to Kevin and Maureen in their job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ken, for your very informative talk as usual. Thank you very much. I'd now like to call on Michael Griffin, representative from Mount Frost here today.
Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen, relatives, friends, neighbours of Ciss, I was first thank you for the organisers for inviting Anne and myself to this function, and to be associated with all the tributes that have been paid to her tonight. The company has at the request, has already paid tribute to Ciss in presenting her with a valedictory letter in the form of a scroll for her many years of loyal and dedicated service. And on my own behalf and on behalf of the staff at Nina, I would like to thank Ciss for all the work she's done and the efficient way she carries it out. In an era, I suppose, when offices were threatened, closure of offices along the rural offices was threatened, Ciss, through her efficient working and the service that she gave to the community, ensured that there was no danger of our colony was obviously closed, and also ensured that it remained in the family name. I would like just now to thank and wish Ciss many years of happiness in her retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. And now I would like to call on Gerard Darcy to say the words, please. Gerard, you will. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour. It is a privilege for me to be here today to represent the committee that was formed a couple of weeks ago to organise and run this function. And as Noel Cathy already said, and rightly so, it's a very easy task we had. The minute the committee was formed, the minute we informed the general public of our intention, immediately people came forward. Everybody wanted to know Ciss Heffernan. And indeed, the tribute of her, the esteem that she's held in this parish and in this community, there's no house we went to where we're not welcomed with open arms. And indeed, it's a privilege for any committee to work and organise a function and to see people in the community come out in such numbers as they have here tonight. And I don't think I've seen as big a gathering of our Cloney people or people in this area for a long, long time as what I see here this evening. And it's a tribute to Ciss and Ciss Heffernan and the work they have put in over the years. I think Heffernan's, down through the years, has been more than just a shop in the post office. Really and truly, it's been kind of the hub of this community. Any and every organisation. Because all of us were the under 14s or the minors or whatever waited for a lift to go over to Clough to hurl, or the lads in the soccer team collected for an away fixture, or to swear, as Noel Cathy already mentioned, that after the first Soy Communion, we all went for lemonade and biscuits, and we were all good and treated very generously. Heffernan's has proved down the years to be a kind of a community centre in its own way. We have constantly been reminded of this by the people as we went around from house to house. It's a special privilege for me also, and we should thank Karen White for mentioning it, to be here representing the committee, especially given the close ties of my own family and the Heffernans down through the years. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is young and there's a big crowd and we've all eaten well, and I just ask you now to, for Ciss and for Sheila, to enjoy the rest of the evening and make it a night to remember for a long number of years to come.
Thank you very much. Now, I could not let this occasion pass without saying a very, very special word of thanks to John and Rose Cahill. We are kind of... we rushed this a bit on John and Rose, but as usual, John and Rose, they came to the occasion and they had everything ready. I think there was a meal here tonight that was second to none. I think it's a great thing when we have somebody. It's a great thing when we have somebody in the community ready to develop like John and Rose at this stage. It's really fantastic now, and even though it's not fully finished, it's just gorgeous. We thank John and Rose for all the work they have put in to make this function a success from their point of view. I think it's fantastic. and many more to come. Thank you, Rose and John. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present this silver tray here with 6 Tipperary crystal goblets to Ciss. I'll take it over to Ciss here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on Chair Darcy to present another wallet there to Ciss. Thank you, Chair. There's no wallet for no it's nor to Ciss. Chair, yes, come on, Chair. Thank you. I would now like to call on Teresa O'Reilly here to present a gold watch to Sheila. As I said earlier on, Sheila has done Trojan work for our county and we recognise that. And I'd now call on Teresa O'Reilly to make a presentation to Sheila. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Teresa. Now, I'd like to thank everybody that has spoken and everybody that has come here tonight. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to hand over to a very able MC for the rest of the night, Mike Clark. Here you are, Mike.
First of all, I'd just like to get your hands together. Give a big round of applause for a very capable MC tonight, Nolan Mulcahy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we won't rush you, but when we get the tables back and the plates cleared off and what have you, we'll start the ball rolling. So in your own time, you might make a little bit of room, and we would appreciate it if some of the ladies might give a little hand there to get the things off the table. No rush, but in your own time, we'd appreciate it.
Listen to my soul.